What's going on, everybody? Trev Wilson here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Ranch. Today we have round 2 to find out the best 100 proof bourbon. So if you haven't watched round 1, be sure to go back and do so you aren't totally lost in the sauce with this format in which bottles have already moved on and which bottles are already in the losers bracket. Today we have another 4 bottles trying to earn their way into the winners bracket. Before we get into it, guys, if you like this series, if you like this style, this format we're doing, be sure to hit the like button before we get into it. Really does help the channel out, exposes me to more nerds like you. If you're not already subscribed, consider hitting the subscribe button, turning on the bell notification to be notified when I go live, when I upload other videos, so you never miss out. All right, guys, let's get right into the battle. So, first battle is going to be between Knob Creek 12-year and Henry Mckenna 10-year. So, like round 1, I kind of paired these bottles up against each other. I figured the Jim Beam nuttiness versus the Heaven Hill nuttiness. Same thing as last time, both of these are blind. I'm gonna side by side them, and one's just gonna lose and one's gonna win. And then after that battle, we will move directly into the second battle. All right, they're poured before me. Let's do it. Glass A. There's some oakiness, some charriness, nuttiness, even a little bit of a sweetness, some kind of fruity note in there too. Quite lovely, quite dark too. Love to see it. On the palate, oh yeah, definitely some good charred oak flavors on that. Still pretty sweet though. On the back of the palate is where I get this extra little sweetness going on. This one drinks a little bit soft to me. The flavors indicate that it's around 100 proof, but it doesn't really drink like it's 100 proof. It's very crushable. Let me just go straight into glass B. We'll side by side them. Hopefully that will give me a better understanding which one I like better. Glass B. Yep, more nuts. This is less of a charred nuts than it is more like a caramel drizzled nuttiness. It's like a Cracker Jack note on there. A little more vanilla forward than oak and char forward. On the palate, yeah, that one's definitely lighter in pretty much every way. Not as much oak, not as much as that burnt toasted oak note that I freaking love. This one's more of your brighter vanillas, more of a fresh peanut. Let me just go back into A, reevaluate before I give my final answer. But I'm pretty sure, you know, a lot of this, especially when you narrow it down between A and B, it's a little bit easier to pick which one of the two you like better. And I'm liking that. It's a little bit easier for me to decide the ranking. Oh yeah, going back to A, this is just, you could tell this has more barrel involvement, a lot more of the charred oak, and I love it. It just smells heavy, and I love it heavy. I'm not saying B is bad, it's actually quite good. It's just, compared to A, it's just so much lighter, so I can't pick it over A. A is just gonna have to win round 1 for me. You know, B, going to the losers bracket. And just like last time, to find out the results, gonna have to wait to the end. We have another friggin' battle to get to. The next 2 bottles competing are going to be Remus Repeal Reserve 100 proof and Smoke Wagon Small Batch. Now, I picked both of these because they are both born from MGP. The Remus batch that I'm using is batch 2. I don't have any of the newer ones, so this is just gonna have to do. So just know that going in, your results could vary depending on which batch, and even kind of backtracking to the last round, if you have a Henry Mckenna, it being a single barrel, your results could vary. Let's get right into it. Glass A. That is very sweet and vanilla, almost butterscotch realm of things. That's just so much lighter in a pretty big contrast from the first two we had. That's quite interesting. Yeah, it's like sweet vanilla ice cream, like a vanilla butterscotch swirled ice cream with maybe a cherry on top. Cherry drizzle. The deeper I get into the nose, a little bit of graininess, and maybe that's just coming off of 2 highly aged bottles in round 1, but I am getting a little bit of graininess on this, on the palate. The nose actually translates pretty well on the palate. It's a little fruity, a little vanilla butterscotchy to me. When I say lighter, I almost mean it seems clean, if that makes sense. I'm not getting a lot of char, I'm not getting a lot of oak. Pleasantly good though. It's almost refreshing. Okay, that's like a refreshing pour. Let's move on to Glass B. Let's crown our second winner. Glass B. Whoa, I had to go straight back into A. Yeah, this is way different. This is almost more reminiscent of the first two. It's like Glass A that we just had, but with a little more barrel. Okay, so you're still getting that heavy vanilla butterscotch thing going on, but then I'm getting much deeper caramels and a little bit of oakiness that I wasn't quite getting from Glass A. Honestly, from the nose alone, I'm gonna go ahead and say B is much more cohesive, or rather, there's more going on. It seems like an evolution of A. It's just A, but with more. And more is usually better. But on the palate. Okay, everything I just said is absolutely true. Honestly, I don't really even have to get into really side-by-siding these. I think B is just significantly better than A. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying A is bad. I quite like A, but these are in totally different ballparks to me. They're totally different, and B is just so much more cohesive. There's more going on. There are more notes. There are more of those barrel-influenced notes that I wasn't really getting on Glass A. It makes it seem so much more complex. It's just fan-freaking-tastic. Let me just give it the benefit of the doubt. That's what we like to do. We'll go back to A, and then I'll give my definitive answer. My answer is 100% Glass B. It's so friggin' good. Now, I can definitely see someone loving Glass A, just really depending on your palate. But to me, I feel like B is just an evolved version of A. All right, without further ado, let's find out which 2 bottles are moving to the winner's bracket and which 2 bottles are moving to the losers. Round 1, the winner was Glass A. Glass A goes to Knob Creek 12-year. What can I say? I love the knob. Seriously, this bottle has a lot more of those charry notes that I am a just huge fan of, and it's got 2 additional years on the Mckenna, but I feel like the notes that are there, it's just naturally more charry. I get those charry notes on the regular Knob Creek 9-year, so I think that's just a Knob Creek trait, a characteristic of it. Again, gotta preface, your Mckenna batch could be totally different, it being a single barrel. This one was really good, just side by side with the Knob Creek. It just seemed like it was lacking some of those barrel notes that I go for. All right, moving on, round 2. The winner of round 2 was Glass B. Glass B goes to Remus Repeal Reserve. Holy crap, this stuff is good. This actually shocked me. I knew that I really liked the Remus batch. I love Smoke Wagon. I never put Remus in a blind up against really any other bottle or any other MGP bottle. And I'm not saying this to discredit the Smoke Wagon small batch. I think it's an incredible bottle. Like I said, it's so refreshing. That is a pour, you just sit back, relax, and chill. You're out working in the yard, you come inside, it's so refreshing to me. But pinning it up against the Remus, to me, was no contest. I almost knew my answer just off of the nose alone. There we have it, 2 head-to-heads. Let me know down below what your answers would be. If you have these 4 bottles, let me know how you would rank them. That means that Knob Creek and Remus will be moving in to the winner's bracket. The Henry Mckenna and the Smoke Wagon will be moving to the loser's bracket. Once we get through all of the bottles, we will then go through the loser's bracket to see the winner of the losers and the loser of the losers. It's not a good title to have. And then we will go through the winner's bracket to find the ultimate 100 proof bottle of bourbon. So like I said, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Stay on the lookout for these videos. They're coming up, baby. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like button on your way out of here. If you want to support me more, check the links in the description. Links to our Patreon page. And until next time, guys, I will see you next video.